Police arrested a suspect in the disappearance of Philip Paulwell's child and her mother. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The prime suspect in the disappearance of MP Philip Paulwell's child and her mother has been taken into custody. The woman was taken to Halfway Tree Police Station yesterday evening. Detectives said the investigations are far advanced and that the woman will soon be charged. She is to be charged in relation to the disappearance of 10-month-old Saraya Paulwell and her mother, 27-year-old Tashina Pattison. The infant and her mother are believed to have been abducted from their home in St. Andrew on Saturday, September 9th. Meanwhile, the People's National Party said that the latest RGR Gleaner Don Anderson poll, which shows the party ahead, is a good indication of voter intentions. The finding shows the PNP have a 3.4% lead over the JLP. Polls from August 20 to September 14 shows 29.5% of respondents indicated that they would vote for the PNP as against 26.1% for the JLP. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell said that the party welcomes the polls finding and consider it a very good indication of where the party is. We have an exclusive on the Beachy Stout trial. The second witness in the trial of Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout McDonald gave compelling evidence against the man who he said offered him $3 million to kill his wife Tonya. McDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes are on trial for the July 2020 murder of Tonya, a 32-year-old businesswoman who is his wife. Tonya was stabbed repeatedly and her body burnt. Her charred remains were found slumped beside her race car on the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland. Detailing evidence leading up to the killing, Denvalin Minot, who was convicted and sentenced to 19 years and 10 months for his role in the murder, broke down during the morning session. Minot, otherwise called Bubba, fell to the courtroom floor, held his hands over his face, and wept. Presiding Judge Justice Chester Stamp adjourned the court for 15 minutes to allow the witness to compose himself. When the court resumed, the witness recalled his dangerous interaction with McDonald via telephone and in person at his establishment and in his home. He told the court that during one of his meetings, McDonald gave him $150,000 and a cellular phone in a bag. Days after receiving the money, the witness said McDonald complained that it had taken too long to do the killing. The witness said McDonald called him an idiot and suggested contracting men from Kingston to kill Tonya. He said McDonald encouraged him to carry out the killing. It was at that point he told the businessman, "Nobody give it the work, man. Me I go do it." He told the court that McDonald instructed him not to inform him when he was killing Tonya. Earlier in yesterday's proceeding, the witness said that McDonald brought Tonya to his yard and introduced her to him. And during the couple's visit, he said Tonya offered him $1 million to acquire an illegal firearm for her because she wanted to kill the man who murdered her father. But the witness later revealed to the court that McDonald had told him that he was the one who had orchestrated his father-in-law's killing. The case will continue today. A 13-year-old boy of a St. Thomas address was charged with housebreaking and larceny after he allegedly stole a safe containing $12 million on Wednesday, September 27 in Morant District Inland Settlement in the parish. Reports from the Morant Bay Criminal Investigations Branch are that the 13-year-old used a hacksaw blade to cut the lock on the veranda grill, gained entry to the house where he ransacked several areas of the house. He allegedly stole the safe along with 2 gold wedding rings valued at $180,000. A report was made to the police and the teen subsequently taken into custody. He was interviewed and later charged, and he's scheduled to appear in the Yallas Parish Court on Thursday, October 12. Wonder when we do with all that money. That's a lot of money, $12 million. Meanwhile, the St. James Police continue to do a good job taking in guns off the street. They recovered 4 firearms in separate incidents yesterday. In the first incident, an M16 rifle and 1 magazine containing 25 rounds of ammunition and a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with 1 magazine along with 13 rounds was recovered. Reports are that the police conducted a raid at a house in Fowler Hill in St. James when the weapons were recovered. In the second incident, 2 Remington shotguns along with 17 9mm cartridges were retrieved in the retirement community in Irving. The St. Elizabeth Police are investigating the discovery of a body along a section of the Alpart Main Road in Nain. The body is that of a man believed to be in his 30s. Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, head of the St. Elizabeth Police, said that the police were alerted to the discovery about 9:30 on Thursday morning. The police are still trying to determine the man's identity. The businessman who is implicated in a love triangle killing in St. Elizabeth on Sunday was on Wednesday brought to the parish court on an affidavit as he has not been charged. The businessman was taken to court as the 24-hour remand issued by a justice of the peace had expired. It would have been a breach of his constitutional rights to hold him further without charge. He was further remanded by Parish Court Judge Alwyn Simmet and is now scheduled to return to court on October 10. The businessman was taken into custody following the fatal shooting of 35-year-old Orlando Blake of Holt District at Burnt Ground, and it's reported that the businessman, who is also a licensed firearm holder, was at the home of Patricia Fagan, with whom he shares a child. When Mr. Blake, with whom she also has a relationship, tried to enter the home, the businessman reported the open fire hitting Mr. Blake, who later died. The St. Elizabeth police have now listed Miss Fagan as a person of interest and have asked her to report to the Black River Police or the nearest police station. A man was shot dead and a firearm seized during a police operation in Grateful Hill in Glengoffin, St. Catherine yesterday morning. He is still unidentified, and reports are that about 7:50 a.m. several officers from the St. Catherine North Division went to the community to conduct an operation. The police team observed 2 men in a yard from a targeted location. The team disembarked from the vehicle, and on the approach of the lawmen, the men ran off towards the back of the premises. The police gave chase, and while passing an open door at the side of the premises, one of the men was seen inside with a firearm in his hand. The man is said to have opened gunfire at the police, who returned fire in his direction. He fell to the ground clutching a firearm which was found to be a .38 revolver with 5 live rounds. A search was then conducted of the premises, but the other man was not seen. The injured man was rushed to the Linstead Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. On to sports. We're going to start with Manning Cup. Kingston College edged Hydel 1-0, while Calabar put on a 7-0 beating on Penwood. Jose Marti were 2-0 winners over Waterford, while Campion College did a 5-0 beating of Pembroke Hall. On to Doncaster Cup. Iona were 3-0 winners over Karen Hall. Anoto Bay and Wycliffe Martin played to a 2-all draw, while St. Mary High School edged Horace Clark 1-0. Taki were 2-1 winners over St. Mary Tech. Clarendon College put a massive beating on Kellits, beating them 13-1. Garvey Maceo had a 7-0 victory over Tatius Golding, beating them 7-0. Frome Technical beat Cambridge 8-1, while Rossies and Green Island played to a 0-all draw, and Manchester High were 12-0 winners over Cross Keys, and Bel-Air beat the Cartridge College 2-0. And don't forget that the Best Manning Cup and Doncaster Cup reports take place on this here radio station. If you ever miss the news on this station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.